me underdressed because you look amazing. Let me fix
Girl,
my
please, not with that beat.
Honey. Let me scoot back a little.
I am so hyped to talk to you right now. You have no idea.
Oh, I'm super hyped to talk to you as well because, I saw the movie, I saw the film, and, I really enjoyed it. But, just like in true Tamar fashion, I have lots of questions.
I bet. I couldn't wait. I'm like, I want to know, like, what you thought about it. And then, of course, I want to hear all your questions.
Okay, so the first thing I thought about the movie, I thought it was amazing, okay? And I couldn't stop watching it. You know what I mean? Like, you watch a film and it loses your interest. It did not lose my interest.
Thank you.
At all. As a matter of fact, my 17-year-old niece saw it with me, and she was just as excited about it as I was to, see what was going to happen. We were at the edge of our seat.
Yes, I appreciate that so much.
Yeah. So I really thought it was a good film. It was very interesting, and I was really, excited about, what it was actually about. Because I'm really, really close to the LGBTQ community, and it means a lot to me. And, it's not just something that is a fad for me. It's something that I live by. Most of my closest friends, everybody who works for me is in the LGBTQ community. So, I just wanted to make sure, because I'm looking at it with a different scope,
Right. Exactly. It's closer to home.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to know from you. What did you want people to take away from this movie?
So when I did Secret Society, I really wanted people to have a different understanding and a different type of compassion towards trans women in particular, but the LGBTQ community as a whole. Because I know there's a whole audience of people, and even though we're in 2021 and we've come way farther than when I wrote the book over 15 years ago, there's still a lot further we can go as a society with acceptance and that whole thing. So I felt like if I grabbed the attention of people who normally would not watch a movie about trans women, who normally would not even sit in a room, have a conversation with, or get to know a trans person, if I grab their attention and then they see what it's really about, now they're hooked and they need to know what's going to happen at the end. And by the end of the movie, I feel like they walk away with, like I said, a different type of respect and understanding and compassion for the community. Then I feel like mission accomplished. So that's what I want people to take away.
Okay, so but from the beginning, why write a book about the trans community and what happens? Yeah. Is this something that you came up with, or this a story that you was told, or like what's the story behind that?
So as writers, as creatives, sometimes what we sit down and write takes on a life of its own. The characters start going to different directions, and you just basically follow your instinct. So when I sat down to write the book, I had no idea that it was going to be a story about trans people. I just was writing a story about these two girls getting money from guys. And, a lot of my peers were that way. Back in the day, in the 80s, the 80s and 90s, it was like the only way we saw out of our environments was through men with money. So I wanted to tell that story, but the idea for the twist just popped out of nowhere in my head. Wow. And I was like, you know what? This is a deeper story. This is something that's never been told before. This is something that needs light shed on it. Yeah. So I went and interviewed a young lady who lives the lifestyle, and she gave me all the tea. She told me how she does it, why she does it, which is very important because it's not like for sport. A lot of these women, especially back then, were forced into that type of lifestyle because they had no other option. Yeah. So I just went with it. I followed my gut, and it actually turned out to be a great thing.
It absolutely did turn out to be a great thing. It definitely raised questions for me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to give a whole lot away
Right.
from the film Secret Society because I don't want to give too many spoilers for the people who haven't seen it. And I'm just going to come out and say it out right now. You need to go see Secret Society on Amazon Prime. Okay.
Absolutely.
Guys,
Absolutely.
it is compelling, it's amazing, it's educational, it is exciting. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed by this film. So for me, I just wanted to know, like, why do you think the girls in the film was tricking these guys? Like, what? I
Yeah.
mean, like, just why wouldn't they just come out and say, you know, who they are and what they are? You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. So, like I said, when I first wrote the book in 2000, well, actually 2004, it came out in 2006. But I myself was totally oblivious to the trans community back then. And I felt like
Mm,
it was way more of a secret society then than it is now. Because, like I
yeah,
said, all these years later, and thank God, you know, we have so many outspoken trans people who are living in their truth, proud and unapologetic. But back then, unfortunately, the society was not, it didn't allow for that. So these girls felt that was their only way to live in this world is to hide who they really were.
yeah,
They just felt like they never saw anybody come out that way. They never felt that that was even a possibility for their survival to come
yeah.
out in that way. So they just kind of did what they felt like they had to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you so much for shedding light on the community. And I just have a couple questions, more questions, because, like I said, everybody, this movie for me was so good. It was eye-opening. It was entertaining. It was so good. Now, I know you shot this movie in the midst of this recent pandemic.
Yeah.
How difficult was that, and why did you decide to shoot it at that difficult time?
Yeah. Um, it wasn't planned. I really did not. Nobody seen the damn corona coming. Like she came out
Right.
of nowhere and took us all off our game for a second. But I had reached out to the director Jamal Hill, and he had posted something on his Instagram that he wanted to make 4 movies the following year. This was the end of 2019. So I shot my shot and commented, "We need to do one together." So once he asked, you know, what I had in mind, I sent him the book. He was in love with it. He said that he wanted to be a part of the project. So we wrote the script, got it done. Early 2020, we're like thinking, oh, we're going to go into pre-production, and here comes Corona out of nowhere. So
Right.
for like the first 60 days, I was stuck. I didn't look at the script. I didn't call Jamal. I was just wondering, like, what are we going to do now? Like, and then it hit me that maybe this is the perfect time to shoot the movie because
Yeah.
not too many people are working. So we'll be able to access some, you know, actors and actresses that maybe we wouldn't be able to access in a normal environment. The streets would be clear because I'm thinking about guerrilla shooting. I'm like, if we got to run up and just get a shot real quick,
Yeah.
the streets would be clear. So I called Jamal and I'm like, Jamal, do you think we should go ahead and try to knock this film out before we get a second wave and we're back on lockdown? So he was like, let's do it. And we did it. Like, we just came together. The whole team, cast and crew, were incredible. We all were ready to just work. Like, we made whatever we needed to make happen. Everybody got COVID tested. Thank God everybody was negative. And we just put our trust in God and let him just
Yeah.
lead the way. And it just worked out.
Yes. It really did work out because, like I said, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it. It's an amazing, amazing film, everybody. Make sure you go
Thank
to
you.
Amazon Prime and see Secret Society. Now, you said that you guys wrote the film during the pandemic. Now, what happened when y'all gave this script to the
Right.
actors that signed up to do this film? I mean, what was their reaction to this script? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous as hell sending it out, especially to like some of the kids, their parents, to some of the characters like Terry, who had to have that little risque scene where he turned around on her, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this man going to think when he see that this is the whole situation? And you might know this as an actress when you sometimes you get sides for your audition. So it's just
Yeah.
a few little lines to read.
Yeah.
But in this case, I said, no, I'm giving everybody the whole script because I want them to know the whole situation, that they know what they're getting themselves into. But fortunately, the people that were right for the roles, they just came through and they were understanding of the script. They felt like it was something that had never been done before, and they wanted to be a part of showing that story and telling that story. And they wanted to just get in those character shoes and like really give the character its just due. So
Yeah.
I was blessed again with the right people, you know.
Yes.
And it just was magic.
Yes, honey, because they gave what was supposed to be given, honey.
Thank you. Yes,
Everybody
and I know they will be
yes.
happy to hear that.
Yeah, it really is. And let me tell you what else gave, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the movie Secret Society, which you need to download right now on Amazon Prime, everybody. Y'all, the fashion, the hair, the makeup, everything, okay? I was like, in some of the scenes, I was more intrigued with, you know, like how beat the girls were and how laid their hair was and how like fly their outfits were. Like, who did that? Why did you choose to make sure that that was an important component?
Yeah. Well, first of all, that's a top tier compliment coming from you. Thank you so much. And I know my girl Picasso was on the makeup. I know if she's here, she's super hyped that you gave her that compliment. And Rose was on the hair. I had to do the wardrobe because as the executive producer, you know, we wear a lot of hats.
Yes.
So I have to put the money on the screen. If I got to take some money, instead of paying someone to do the job, I do the job and put the money on the actual outfit. And I'm glad that I made that decision because for me, this movie these girls needed to be 10s. They needed to be 10s across the board. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to make sure that even with Jamal, the director, I'm like, we got to reshoot so we can get this whole look from top to bottom. So I'm glad that it came across, that people really picked up on that with the fashion and their whole style, because that was important to me. I really wanted people who read the book and the way that I described their clothes in the book, I wanted people to get that same visual when they saw the movie.
Well, they were definitely fly girls. You definitely understood, you know, why they, you know, got the attention that they did from these men because they were beautiful. They was funky fresh, dressed to impress, ready to party.
Yes.
And you got a clear description as to why and how these things happen the way that they did. So again, guys, we're sitting here, we're talking about Secret Society is a movie on Amazon Prime. You guys got to go check it out. I saw it. Nobody's paying me for this. Nobody paid me to watch it. Nobody bought my download. I watched it myself. It's amazing. And I just wanted to come and share because, you know, it is June. It is Pride Month. And this is something that definitely everyone who is a part of the LGBTQ community and who has a loved one, friends, family, who the LGBTQ community is near and dear to your heart needs to watch this. It is so good. And this film is so good, y'all. It's been ranked the number 5 on Amazon. Like, what does that make you feel like as a writer?
I gotta say amazing because I took a huge risk by financing the film myself, my husband and I. And then on top of that, we jointly made the decision to distribute it ourselves, which was another huge risk. And for it to be in the top 5 on such a huge platform, from 2, you know, Black independent filmmakers, first time filmmakers, that is a huge blessing.
Huge.
Like, I can't even really put it into words how I feel about it. I just know that I'm grateful. Every day I wake up thanking God, every second. You know, everybody that has seen the movie and they posted it, told their friends, family, I'm just so appreciative to all of y'all.
Well, you know, listen, it's my honor to be, you know, talking about something that is so important to bring awareness and shed a light, positive and negative, of what goes on in the trans community. And I'm just elated that you made this film, and I sure hope that there are more films in the works, because you in the right pocket, honey. You gave what it was supposed to give.
Yes, part 2 is on the way.
Yes. So when is that going to be filmed? Can you give a little bit about what they're going to be about? I mean, I want to ask questions about what could happen, but I don't want to spoil it. Oh my God, this is the most amazing news I heard all day.
Yeah. The crazy part is, like, I didn't plan to do a part 2 when we did part 1, but because the way it ended, everybody is demanding to know.
Yeah, you can't just leave it there.
No, I can't. So yeah, I'm actually working on the script now. Celeste is going to be back and better.
Wow.
She does go through her moments, you know, because she don't have her girl Tina, but she does meet someone who kind of fills that void for her, and they just take on the streets of Hollywood, and only until her past comes back to kind of mess with her a little bit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. And you definitely have my full support for that as well. Because I'm telling y'all, Secret Society Part 1 was bomb. And y'all be asking for the Part 2 along with me. If you see this film, go see the film.
Thank you, Tamar. I really appreciate you.
Oh, no appreciation of me. My appreciation of you, because this is such an amazing film. And thank you so much. Like I said again, everybody go right now and download Secret Society on Amazon Prime. Right now, you don't have to leave your house. Go watch it. It's so good. Trust me, you'll be glad you saw it. I'm glad I saw it. Thank you so much for such an amazing, amazing film. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Have a good night.
All right, everybody. See y'all later. We're signing off. Bye.
Bye, guys.